G'day folks, it's the Meeple Monkey here, and I'm going to attempt another gameplay video, this time for the new X-Men, or the Marvel United X-Men Wave 2 sort of series of products. So Marvel United X-Men came out a little while ago, and now the Wave 2 stuff, all the big box and all the extra expansions and stuff is starting to reach backers. So yeah, it's already reached me, so I thought I'd give this a shot and have another go at a gameplay video. I know my first one for Deep Space D6 Armada was pretty crummy, but you know, hopefully some of you will enjoy getting to see some gameplay with this new stuff. So we'll see how we go. I'm not sure how well I've set this up. I know I've got some glare here, so if I'm using the cardboard locations and things like that, so if that's not your cup of tea, apologies if this is not what you're looking for, but hopefully you can still make out some fun gameplay as well. So let's get right to it. So I was always a big fan of, when I read the comics, I only sort of was reading the X-Men comics for probably a year or so back in the 90s, and they had a big crossover event with all the different, I think they had the blue team and the gold team, X-Force and X-Factor all fighting against Stryfe. So since that's what I sort of have most memories of with the X-Men comics, I've decided for my first game with all this new stuff to go ahead with Stryfe as the villain. So you can see Stryfe's dashboard here. He's got his master plan deck, and I'm going with a team from X-Factor since they were my favorite of those different teams. So I always liked the relationship between Strong Guy and Multiple Man. So these two, I hope I'm getting that camera angle right, because I really have no idea where that camera's pointing at the moment. But yeah, Strong Guy and Multiple Man, I liked their sort of banter and stuff back and forth. And some friendly people in the one of the Marvel United X-Men Discords, whether Wolfsbane or Feral was the character from X-Factor or back in those days, and they've said it was Wolfsbane, although it seems like she sort of bounced around different teams. So, but I've added her to the team here. So I'm going to play the solo mode, and I think it's not a very popular mode. I think a lot of people prefer to do like a two-handed sort of solo play or whatever it might be, but I'm just going to do the regular, I think it's Xavier mode, they call it in the X-Men game. So where you take three characters, you mix the decks together, and then you go from there. So you have a slightly bigger hand. Apologies if I get any of the rules wrong and that sort of thing, so we'll see how we go. But I think you start with 5 cards, you draw one at the beginning, so you're always sort of starting with a hand of 6, I guess, on your turns when you start out, and as you start getting beaten up, your hand gets lower and lower. I don't want to go into it too much, but you can see the X-Men mat. It's slightly different, so it sets the dashboard down the bottom, and instead of being surrounded by the location. So you know, gameplay wise, it still works the same. They just go around in this order here, and you can see the sort of blue line that sort of connects them. But I guess it's just a bit easier to sort of reach the dashboard and sort of manipulate this area. I don't know. I haven't really played with the other mat. The other side has the original mat there, and yeah, so I'm not really sure. I haven't played with that, so I'm not sure if this is better or worse. So Stryfe, he's I'll just take you through his stuff pretty quickly here. He's going to have 9 health to start off with, because I'm playing with solo mode, which says to set it at the 3 health marker. So I believe I've got that right. So he's got 9 health, and he's all about filling the little character locations with thugs. So he seems to sort of convert civilians to thugs. So I guess you've got to sort of be worried about taking out the thugs, but also maybe not ignoring the civilians, because I think if the civilians overflow, they turn into thugs or something like that. So we'll go through those. So he's got his special rules. He's got the Dark Riders. So I'm wondering if they refer to the Riders of Apocalypse, because I think in the comics he sort of turned the Riders against Apocalypse or something in one of the storylines. So I wonder if that's sort of referencing that sort of part of the story. But anyway, he's got his Dark Riders. on each hero turn, the first thug attacked requires 2 punches to be defeated. So it's going to make it quite expensive to focus on the thugs, which is really what you're trying to sort of, I guess, mitigate and keep low. So to make that more difficult, every time you attack the thugs, the first time you do that each turn, it's taking more punches, so making that sort of a less efficient. So interesting. His BAM is, so if he ever triggers his BAM off his master plan, I guess, he deals 1 damage to each hero in Stryfe's location, and adds 1 thug to the next location clockwise with an empty slot. So clockwise this way. So if Stryfe is here and he triggers his BAM in this location, he's going to put a thug in this spot here. Deal 1 damage to each Stryfe location and add 1 to the next location clockwise with an empty slot. I imagine that still happens even if there's no heroes there. I think if he triggers his BAM, he still does that. Yeah, I think so. You can let me know if you think I'm wrong in the comments, I guess, and correct me so that other people watching this don't get the wrong idea. Let's have a look. So this is sort of like his main, I think this is kind of like the main way that he's going to reach his villainous plot, is he has this overflow rule here. So he's placing thugs whenever he can, and then if 1 or more civilians or, I think they're called bystanders or thugs tokens can't be added to a location, which is the regular overflow rule, then turn all civilians or all bystanders into thugs in the next location clockwise with any civilian. So if the location already has thugs, you're not safe because it just goes to the next one and fills that up with thugs or converts them into thugs as well. So he's really about he's going to probably pretty quickly be filling this board state with thugs, and I've got to sort of try and stop that and keep that at bay and keep the thugs down, because his villainous plot is he reaches his goal if the heroes lose if all locations are fully occupied by thugs. So that sounds like, oh man, that's fine. That'll take him forever to fill up the whole thing, but I think he's all about doing that very quickly and sort of converting bystanders to thugs. So he basically, if the whole board state is full of thugs, I lose. He also wins if he churns through his deck here. So if he depletes that master plan deck, reaches the end of that and has to draw a card and can't, then he will win. And I think he wins if he can KO me once. Now I'm pretty terrible at games, so I'm thinking I might, I don't want to drag the punishment out too long. I don't know how good I'm going to go, but I might give myself, just to sort of keep the video a little bit more interesting and maybe make it go longer than it should. I'm thinking I might see if I can survive two bans or two knockouts. So normally I think in the solo mode, if you get knocked out once, to make up for the fact you have like 6 cards in your hand to start with, you instantly lose, but it does say you can adjust the difficulty by giving yourself more lives essentially. So I'm going to say if I get knocked out twice, that's when I'm totally KO'd. All right, so and last thing I guess I should take us through is he's only got 2 different types of threats. He doesn't have any henchmen. I guess they're sort of represented by this Dark Rider rule, but his 2 threats are, he's got Legacy Virus, which is going to be in Murder World, the Adirondack Mountains. I'm probably butchering that. I probably should have chosen a different location because I'm not going to be able to say that one. I'll just call them the mountains. So Legacy Virus in the mountains, Murder World, and where'd the other one go? Cape Citadel. And what that does is any hero starting their turn in this location chooses to either skip their draw card step, which is going to be punishing, or ignore 1 action symbol at the bottom of the hero card. So it makes me less efficient, or I start sort of being starved of cards, which can be dangerous because if you ever can't draw a card, I think you're either KO'd or you might be, I think you might be KO'd if you ever can't draw from your, if you're empty, if your hand is empty, sort of thing. So that's not great. So I'm going to want to get rid of these threats as well as taking out these thugs and rescuing the civilians. So that's the whole idea of the game, isn't it? And the other one is force fields. As long as this threat is in place, Stryfe ignores 1 damage during each hero turn, effectively sort of making him a bit like Dark Rider, so you're going to have to hit him twice to do at least 1 damage sort of thing, so he always ignores at least 1 damage. And this is cumulative, and he has 3 of those. So if I don't take out any of these force fields, then he's going to be doing, what's that? He's going to be ignoring 3 damage that I'm trying to deal out. So when I hit endgame, if I do manage to clear 2 of these threats, or 2 of these missions, he's going to be pretty beefy to take out with his 9 health and 3 force fields. So we'll have to see how I go. One last thing, sorry. I'm also playing with a mode that has hazardous terrain. So with hazardous terrain, you're supposed to put out, I think, at least 3 hazardous terrain locations, which are these locations that have the handprint symbol there and the yellow sort of diamond around it. And this challenge mode or whatever comes in the X-Force set, I believe. And essentially what that does is, if I manage to clear the threats off of these because they're, causing me trouble, underneath is actually a negative effect that you must resolve if your hero is on that location. So you don't get a reward. Normally under these ones you get a reward, you get some sort of benefit in that location if you can end your turn there. Whereas with the hazardous locations, even if you clear the threat, you still got essentially another type of threat in that location. So that's going to make things a little bit more challenging, and we'll see how long this video lasts. I've got, like I said, I've got multiple man, strong guy, and Wolfsbane. We do have lots of multiple man cards in our opening hand. Strong guy. I've got his super wild card, so that's pretty good. I don't know if you can see that on the video there. I might just see if I can bring up some of these multiple man cards though, just so you can see them. So he's got his duplication, absorption card, duplication. So I've got 2 of those in my hand, but this is his starting card here, and this one says kinetic. So this is how he sort of works. It all revolves around this one. Kinetic duplication. As long as this card is face up in the storyline, once per turn, you may place 1 dupe token in your location. Functions as a civilian. You may use I don't know what that's called, the heroic power or whatever it is, heroic action and punch action, as if you were in any dupe's location. So as you sort of start traveling around with multiple man, you can be dropping dupes in your locations, and then even if he's not currently at that location, you can trigger the dupes there and do some effects. You've also got duplication absorption. Remove as many dupe tokens from your location as you wish, and then draw cards for each token removed. So if I'm being starved of cards by these legacy viruses, maybe I can use this absorption to sort of like counteract that. And you'll notice he's got a lot of these even with his special cards, he's got a lot of these. He's got a lot of movement, and that sort of, I guess, allows him to move around and still drop these dupe tokens off. But notice we've also got the legacy virus, which is going to make me choose, well, if I want to keep moving and dropping dupe tokens, I'm not going to be actually able to do anything with multiple man in the turn that he does that, because I'm going to lose one of these action symbols. So I can either stay where I am and see how I go. The other thing too is the way I read this is we have these dupe tokens and they function as bystanders. So I believe I put these in the place of these spots, so that's going to fill up the spots. I suppose it sort of robs Stryfe of a place to put a thug, but it's still going to count for overflow, so it's going to fill up spaces and make the overflows happen quicker. And it says it functions as a civilian or a bystander, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to play by the rules that if that effect happens and the civilians turn into thugs, then unfortunately, I think maybe my dupe token, since they function as civilians, do get turned into thugs as well. So I'd love to be corrected on that, but I think that's what I'm going to play with anyway. So, like I said, I'm not sure how this is going to go. old strong guy. We don't have a lot of his special cards at the moment, but he seems to have this effect where you can, when you play it, you basically sort of are immune to damage for I think the turn or whatever it might be, and then any damage you do take, you can claim punch tokens. But if you still have that card in your what do they call it, just the line or the display, later on when you play another version of that, I think you have to sort of lose all your punch tokens and maybe draw a new hand or something like that. So we'll have a look at that when we get to it. Okay, well, let's dive in. So I think we have to start with Stryfe. I think the villain always goes first, doesn't he? So we'll flip over his master plan card, and I believe that starts over here, and it's got this nice handy thing tracking it for us, and we'll see how we go. So we have Stryfe. He's starting off in his secret base. I thought that was thematic. And then where the X Factor ended up in the lighthouse. So I guess they're looking for looking for Stryfe. So he's going to move once. What's that? Clockwise. I think that's right. He's going to move once clockwise. He's going to do his BAM, which is he deals 1 damage to each hero in Stryfe's location, which we're not going to worry about. But he is going to add a. So we'll place this down here. He's going to add a thug in the next location clockwise. That does. That with an empty slot, which is over here. So this one's already almost full. Then, oh gosh, it's all happening now. Then he's going to drop another thug as it came over in the first move. He's going to drop a thug here, and then he's going to drop 2 thugs on either side of him. So he's filling up this location already. Gosh. Okay. Yowza. He's going to fill up this one. And then he's going to, oh my goodness, he's going to overflow. So if 1 or more tokens cannot be added to a location, so we can't add this last one here, turn all civilians into thugs in the next location clockwise with any civilians. So I was looking at here thinking, oh sweet, okay, there's no civilians there, so we survived. There's nothing to turn into thugs, but it does say the next one clockwise with any civilian. So that's this one over here. So this is going to turn into a thug. So wow, okay, that's escalated pretty quickly. Okay. So well, let's have a look at our cards. We do have to draw 1, I believe, for the first hero turn. So I've got Wolfsbane here, so she can add some movement and punching. Multiple man. I mean, I've got a lot of multiple man cards. I wonder if I should play the duplication card just to sort of get him off and running, because if I don't have this in the storyline, that's what it's called, the storyline. If I don't have this in the storyline, then I can't really be using his dupes. So let's try, I think maybe I should start with this. So it gives me a wild, and then as long as this card is face up in the storyline, once per turn, I may place 1 dupe in my location, functions as a bystander. You may use the hero and punch actions as if I'm there. So I'm going to do that. So I'll use multiple man. Now I can either use, let's have a think here. I can use it to move with multiple man, or I could leave multiple man where he is and maybe punch one of these thugs and put a dupe down. Potentially, is that something that might work? So I can punch. Let's punch one of these. So I'll use this as a punch. Okay, and then I will place my dupe in this spot here. As it says once per turn, I can do that. So I feel like I can do that in my first turn, even when I place it. And we're done. Okay, so then. Next hero turn, I'm going to draw a card, so I should still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now I've got a couple of strong guys. I've got a Wolfsbane. Should I start spreading out or should I keep them together? I don't know. So I've got my super wild with multiple mana. I like getting these a bit later when I sort of know more urgently sort of what I need to do with them now and feel like I wasted if I use it. So this absorption, I can remove as many dupe tokens as I want to try and draw these up. Oh, you know what I didn't do? As long as this threat is in place, Stryfe ignores. Okay, so I didn't use this legacy virus's location, but that's because I wasn't starting it. I just was double checking that I hadn't ripped off the old villain there. Okay, so here we go. Here's Strong Guy. Strong Guy's picked up his kinetic energy absorption. So you cannot take, whoopsie, there we go. Can you see that? You cannot take any damage until the start of your next turn. For each damage you would take, gain a punch token instead. If this card is face up in the storyline, you have 4 or more action tokens. If this card is face up in the storyline and you have 4 or more action locations or action tokens, discard all of your action tokens and your hand. Okay, that's a lot of text, and I'm struggling. It's pretty late at the moment. I'm sort of struggling to take that in, but okay, so I guess I don't want to build up too many of these tokens. All right, let's see. Okay, so I've got 2 absorptions, not the greatest at the moment. I want to get rid of some of these thugs, don't I? Okay, so as long as this threat is in play, ignores 1, so they've got 2 force fields here, so I guess I'm pretty safe in these locations. Yeah, so let's just move on with it. So let's get Wolfbane happening. So we'll say Wolfbane is going to, she's going to move and punch, and she can do one other thing too while she's at it. So let's have a think about this. Maybe this one's pretty close to overflowing as well. So maybe I punch here. Let's try and get rid of these thugs. So we're going to punch here. Then we're going to move. Okay, and then she's going to punch again and just try and keep those numbers down there. I suppose maybe I should have come this way to put this down. Maybe that's a better option. Yeah, maybe. So she can still do what she was doing here. No, I think maybe Strong Guy because he can take a bit more damage. I mean, I don't know how fast Stryfe moves, but I think I'm going to go with this. So she's still going to punch over here. Let's put another thug token down there. Because I think maybe if I'm going to get hit by someone, maybe I should be hit by Stryfe. Maybe I should aim to do it with Strong Guy. And he can maybe deal with this area over here. Okay, so I've used my 2 cards in the lineup. I believe I draw another card. So Strong Guy's just got a single movement there. Let's see. I mean, maybe I don't really need to move, punch. Maybe I can use her move, punch, and star location, and then you cannot take any damage until the start of my next turn, and this can sort of like hopefully keep me safe from Stryfe. I mean, I don't know how far Strife's going to move, but that might be... Yeah, let's give that a shot. Okay. So, I'm going to move. Then I'm going to punch. Okay. Then I'm going to place... I'm going to do a heroic action. So he's going to the Cape Citadel and he's going to put on a concert for the soldiers. All right. There we go. So he's doing some heroic singing there. And we're trying to get rid of this virus because I figure if I can get rid of the virus off this one, at least it's going to give me a benefit rather than at one of these danger locations. So that's my thinking there. And that gives us some star power for the next, I keep saying star power, but the hero power for the next hero after that. So I've done my movement, my punch, and my star. Okay. Didn't really achieve a lot there, I guess, but I've also set this up so now I can't take any damage until the start of my next turn. Okay, now, is that Strong Guy's next turn? I guess it's referred, no, I think it does say Oh, no, hold on a second. You may place one dupe token in your location. Functions as a dupe. Sorry, functions as a hero. You may use. I think. Let's have a look here. It does say in the solo mode. Sorry guys, look, just quick aside. This is probably good to know if you're planning on using multiple man. Any effect that refers to another player refers to you. Any effect that refers to you refers to the specific hero in question. Okay, so yeah, I can only drop dupes off, which makes sense. But I just thought maybe balance-wise they let you do it, but no. Okay, so only multiple man can drop off the dupes. That's good to know. And then you cannot take any damage, and that's good. Yeah. Okay, so that makes I like that. That's thematic. It's only strong guy. It's only on. So you cannot take any damage until the start of your next turn. So is that strong guy's next turn? So if I just keep him there, I think that's right. I think he is now immune to damage. He's just going to keep taking these. He's going to be generating these punch tokens, and if I leave him too long, then that's going to be bad because I'll lose my hand, and if I lose my hand, that's kind of a KO, and that's already one closer to getting taken out. So it's powerful, but it's also very risky. Okay, I like it. Well, that's good. So strong guy, he's done. Time to move on with Stryfe. Okay, so Stryfe is going to stay where he is. Interesting. Okay, so he's going to stay where he is. He's going to bam. So no one in his location, but he is going to put another thug out. Okay, and I think we're going to get another overflow here. What does it say? Yeah, we are. So, oh no, and I'm going to lose my dupe, I think. Bummer. Okay, so he's putting out one in this location. He's going to put one here. That's going to, oh gosh, okay. So that's going to overflow. Uh-oh. Oh no. So I think this is, so he's put one over, put one here. Can't put one here, so that's going to overflow over here. Oh my goodness, maybe I should have, well, I don't know what I could have done. That turns all of these guys into the next, oh no, into the next location clockwise. Sorry. Okay, hold on. So next location clockwise. So that's this one here. I wonder if there's an order in which I'm supposed to resolve these bams, and it makes a difference whether I resolve this one or this one. Not sure. But anyway, we know there's going to be an overflow here. Turn all. So we're going clockwise, so over here, and unfortunately that is, oh, so I guess I'm, oh man, my dupe turned bad. All right, so that was a bit wasteful, but it is what it is. Okay, and then he is Dunskies, I think. Yep. All right, so interesting. All right, so I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to draw another one to start. Okay, we've got Wolfsbane again. Now, who's starting in the legacy spot? So if I go again with Strong Guy, he's going to trigger that legacy virus. I've got 2 Strong Guy cards. I've got a bunch of multiple man. 2 of them are duplicate absorption ones, so that's not great. Although I suppose I can just absorb the one I placed down that turn. Wolfsbane, what's she planning on doing? I've got a star wherever she is because of a Strong Guy. Maybe I get multiple man moving again. Okay, he's got a couple of move punches. Okay, so this one is, let's see. Yeah, let's do a multiple man turn, I guess. All right, so he is going to drop a dupe here. Okay. Okay. Then he's going to do a star in this location since it's not hazardous. So he's going to drop another star in here. Okay. Got my dupe. Oh, I don't know why I put the dupe here. It goes here. Okay. Then he's going to, so he's done his star. He's then going to move to where Wolfsbane is, and he's going to punch. He's going to punch this thug. Okay, try and keep these numbers down. All right, so I've done my move, punch, and I've done my star, and I've dropped a dupe back in this spot here. I wonder if that's too close to being, I mean, every time this guy triggers now, that's just going to get turned over, isn't it? But it's going to be the same thing, because even if it's here, there's no bystander there. All right, well, I'll just try and spread out where my dupes are. Let's see how we go. All right, draw a new card. Ooh, now here we go, strong guy. Okay, that's not a bad card. But I also sort of am not taking any, if I use him, I'm not taking any advantage of that. But if I could do 2 punches, I could, The hero starting their turn in this location chooses to either skip their draw card step. Oh, well, that's interesting. I guess I can't choose him. I'm not sure how that works, because a hero starting their turn in this location skips the draw card step. So I guess I almost need to declare who I'm using first, because I only drew that card then. I should have waited. Oh, that's interesting. You sort of got to declare who you're going to use, even though you don't know what that card's going to be. I don't know if I'm doing that right, but we'll just say I can't use Strong Guy because I did draw a card, and I technically should have skipped that if I'm starting in that location. Does that mean like if any of my characters start in that location? I don't know. Maybe you guys in the comments can let me know what you guys think about that. I hope I'm explaining it well. All right. Well, okay, let's put Strong Guy out of my mind then. Wolfsbane, she can do some star power, so she could jump back and do some star power back there. Get rid of that one there. And she could do some punching. She could move twice. I sort of need to deal with this over here too, don't I? I need to, like, these places are sort of springing up. There's force field, so I could move twice over there, maybe. Multiple man. Do I just start using his ability? Maybe. Yeah, let's go with multiple man. I'm kind of maybe wasting his. It's a shame I've got the absorption ones out late. Early. Okay, let's go multiple man. He's going to travel over here. And he's going to travel over here because I don't like that legacy virus. And I'm pretty sure in the comics multiple man died to the legacy virus, so that makes me even sadder. So I'm going to come all the way over here. And with my 2 movement, I can do 2 punches. It's not bad. Not bad. Or do I only do 1 punch? Drop a dupe there and punch. Want to punch this guy? Oh no, I can't drop the dupe because it's full. Oh, that's interesting too. If the place is full, you can't drop a dupe. So yeah, I'll do what I was doing. I guess I could have come in here, punched, done one of the punches, put a dupe in, and so on. But I'll do this. All right. So doing both punches. Okay. Then I'll drop a dupe in here. Okay. And then gotta get rid of some of these force fields, don't we? Okay. Yep. So move twice, punch twice, put a dupe in. Gold. Okay. Okay. Now, is Wolfbane going to do what she was going to do, or do I've got a punch. I need 2 punches. Is multiple man going to clear this thug threat? What's happening? What's going on here? Okay. I've got to start using Strong Guy, but I almost feel like I'm not playing well with him because I'm too worried about getting efficiency out of his thingy. All right. A strong guy could do that. Well, we want to save him for maybe taking on Stryfe. Okay. I guess what I could do. All right. Should we risk it for the biscuit? Let's do it. All right. Multiple man's going to put that down. And then multiple man is going to. He's going to use one of his punches. Take that out. And then he's going to move over here. He's going to do another punch with one of these, I guess. Okay, that clears that threat there. Oh goodness, maybe I should have waited. Oh no, I've triggered the... Oh, I forgot the golden rule. Oh no. Oh well, too bad. Let's do it. Okay. So now the villain is going to activate after every 2 characters. At least I've got my 3 characters out of the way there, so I did it. That's not bad, but I should have maybe held off and got these threats. You know, had him sitting on a few and then cleared a few more threats. Anyway, let's see how we go. So speaking of threats, so I'm going to drop a dupe in this spot here. So I've moved in. Maybe I shouldn't have filled up that spot, but it is what it is. Now, you rescue the civilians by using the star as well. That's right. I keep forgetting the star is used for this, but you can also use them to knock them off. So I've moved, punched again. Now, do I feel like putting another star on here? Getting this one a bit closer? Yeah, maybe. Let's do that. Okay. Bingo. Oh no, yeah, I do. I have to get rid of some of these, because otherwise this is going to be too hard to take down. I was going to say maybe I should just clear the civilian so that he's not overflowing these places, but alright, we'll do that. Oh, I think I must have, 1, 2, 3, 4, I must have not drawn another card at the beginning of this turn. That's right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, I didn't, okay. Alright, so multiple man. I've used quite a few of him, so I've got to be wary that he's not going to be able to help out too much later on if I've used too much of him. Okay, so now, let's see, Stryfe. Now Stryfe is going to be going a bit fast now because he's under pressure. I've beaten up all his thugs, or at least his first wave. Oh no, he's going to bypass strong guy. He's like, whoop, this guy's way too tough. I'm getting out of here. Okay, so he's moving twice. Now he's going to bam, doesn't hit anyone, but now he's going to put down some civilians. Interesting. Okay, so he's going to flood the market with civilians. So he's going to put, is he putting 2 in each spot? What did it say? No, it's only 1 in this spot. So we lucked out there, but his bam though, I should do that first. Before he does the little thingy, he does a bam. So he puts this down here. Okay. Now, then he does that, puts another one here, but unfortunately, he puts another, he puts another one, wants to put another 2 over here. He can't do that. So then over here, these 2 flip, which means I lose another dupe. Man. Okay. Boy, oh boy, okay. He is a tricky customer. Okay. Oh no. Uh-oh. I'm sure you've all been screaming at me. I've forgotten his major special rule. Okay, the first villain attacked requires 2 punches. That was that's his main thing. He's hard to take out, these guys, and I've just been clearing them willy-nilly. Okay, well. Oh man, that changed, that you gotta sort of redo the whole thing, don't you? Well, we'll see how we go. If I end up winning this one, we'll call it cheating, but I don't know how we're going to go. But what we'll do, why don't we put in some extra dudes into these spaces here. Really, it's probably a lot worse situation than we're in now, but This will at least keep it interesting, I guess. Okay, we'll put these guys back in because I wouldn't have been able to clear them as fast. I really should probably be putting more and more guys in, but we'll see how we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, got to draw. So beginning of my turn, drawing 1. Okay, so this whole game now is invalid. Since my very first turn, I think I forgot that rule, didn't I? Okay. But at least hopefully you can see I've stuffed up the Stryfe's sort of gameplay, but hopefully this video still shows you, you know, how multiple man works and how strong guy works and that sort of thing as well. So I'll try and remember that rule about the punching as we go forward. Okay, so I keep drawing the card before I declare who I'm going to use. So again, I can't use strong guy because I've just declared that thingy. So, well, let's then use let's use Wolfbane. Here we go. Let's use Wolfbane because she can jump in. She can trigger this. Just going to put one more of these down. That clears that force field threat, so it's going to make Mr. Stryfe a little bit easier to deal with. And we've cleared one of the threats. Okay. Now at the end of her turn, if she stays here, because I've used my movement and my star, but if you remember, the previous action was with multiple men, and that had 2 wild, so I can really do what I want. If I don't think this is great to stay here, I can jump out of this location and go somewhere else. You may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck, or discard an action token to look at the top card of the master plan. Oh, see, that's really good. You may then put it at the bottom. Okay, so I could know where he's going. I don't have any action tokens. I can discard a card. I do have a fair few cards. Maybe I'd get rid of one of these strong guy cards. I mean, that movement's probably... I think that could be handy for a strong guy. He needs to sort of get around, so if he can get to that location. I don't really want that sitting at the very bottom. Maybe, I mean, multiple man. He got dupes. He's got a few dupes. Move up to 2 dupes to locations adjacent to them. Yeah, that could be handy. Let's maybe get rid of one of these strong guy punches. It could be the one punch he needs. Okay. Okay, so you may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck, or discard. Okay, so now I've discarded from your hand to the bottom of your deck. Yep, done that. So I can now look at the top of the master plan deck, because he's going to do this after my next action. Oh, sorry. No, I can't do that. Not looking at that, because I've still got to resolve this, because this is end of turn. Okay, so before I decide what I'm doing there, I have to do... Oh, I think I've just knocked the camera. Sorry, guys. Okay, I can do any 2 things. So she can punch a couple of these guys, but that's not working towards any threat. She could move and star. No. She could move over here and star this location. She could do that. Okay, let's move over here. And let's be a hero. Yeah, okay. Because she's got a star there, and then I can get rid of that with whoever I play next. Okay, so she's going to move. So she's used these 2 as a movement and a hero, or heroic action. Then I can look at what Stryfe's doing. Okay. Oh, no, I can't. I'm not allowed to look at that. Sorry. Because... good thing I'm not looking at these closely. Because I didn't end there. Oh. Okay. Okay. Didn't do any punching there, did I? I messed that up? No, okay, good. Okay, gotta remember the punching rule. Okay. Well, draw 1 more card. New hero round. I don't know what's happening here though, because I didn't end there. Now I have to decide, before I see what this card is, I have to decide if I'm going to use one of these 2. I think I might. I think I might use one of those two, so I've got to skip using that card. Now this could be troublesome. I'm gonna have to start using multiple mans. And I've already used his absorption. Ooh, I haven't played this well, have I? All right, well, you can learn from this game what not to do. Okay, let's use one of these guys then. Where have I got dupes? Not near here. I needed one near here. Okay. We're up to 2 dupe locations. Tokens to locations adjacent to them. See there, I'm running out of spots for my dupes to go to because he's filling them all up. I think it's just going to have to be clobbering time. Well, I've got plenty of actions there. Here's what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a strong guy card. I'm going to choose to discount one of the action symbols played at the bottom of the hero cards. I will, maybe I'll use this double punch and this. So here's what we're going to do, just to sort of clear out some of this space. I'm going to do a double punch to take that out, because I need 2 with that rule. I'm going to place a star. Okay, that's going to now get rid of that. So now that becomes a bit of a less of an issue. I'll put this over here and cleared another threat. Okay. Then, so I've done my punch, done my star. I could decide to move, or I could use this ability here. If there are any civilians in this location, you may deal 1 damage to a thug or henchman in this location, or in this or an adjacent location. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe I do that. So I won't move. And there's a civilian here, so I'm gonna, what am I doing? Sending out the army or something to take them out? Is that what this is representing? And I'll take out this thug here, so these places aren't all completely full. Sounds like a plan. Okay. That sounds like a terrible plan, some of you might be saying. All right. Right, okay, so now what's Stryfe actually going to do? He's moving 3. Oh, and he's placing civilians everywhere. All right, what's he doing? Okay, he's not bamming. 1, 2, 3. Goes back to his base. He's like, I've had enough of this. I'm rethinking my plan. He's going to put civilians out. So he wants to put 2 into this location, which he can't do. He wants to put 1. Now, what's the trick? What's the timing of this? I better just double check this, because if he puts the, does he go in his own one first, or does he go left to right? Let's have a look. Villain. Add thugs and civilians. Add thugs to the at the indicated number of thug or civilian tokens to the villain's location and those around it. The central location on the card represents where the villain is, with the 2 adjacent locations to either side. Go in clockwise order, adding the tokens to the locations. Okay, at each location, place the first place the required thugs, then the required civilians. At each location, if there is not enough empty slots, an overflow effect is generated. Okay, going in clockwise order. The first location gets a thug. So where's Mystique? She's there. That's there. Okay, so we resolve it like so, which is funny because I would have read it this way, reading left to right, but if we're going clockwise, it actually happens here. So let's do this. All right, so we moved 3, we didn't do a BAM. Now he wants to place some civilians here. He can't do that, so we get an overflow. So this, man, these dupes are useless against, maybe they're not useless, maybe they're really handy, but I'm just not using them very well. He turns that into a thug. And was that another civilian? I can't remember. I can't remember if that was another civilian. Was that full? Oof, I can't remember now. I don't think it was. I think I'd taken him out. As long as the threat is in place, Stryfe, ignore. Okay, so what am I doing? Putting 2 down. I think he wanted to put 2, but I couldn't put 2. I could only put 1. Is that right? Oh no, they were here. Oh, yes, this was empty. So he's got 2. Sorry, guys. So I would have put 2 down. That turns everyone. So that turns the dupe into a thug. Then he wants to put a civilian down, which he can. I believe this is right. So apologies if I got this wrong. Then, oh no, it's not there. It's clockwise, isn't it? Oh man, get it together, Daniel. So that's still a dupe at this stage, but I think he's going to get taken out anyway. So I wanted to put the 2 down here. Turns this guy into a thug. Then over here he puts 1 in. Then over here he wants to put 2 in. Oh no, wait, what have I done? My goodness. Okay, I've really messed that all up. Start that again. What's happening here? That was there. Okay. Okay. This whole clockwise thing is really messing me up. Okay, so if this is clockwise, we're reading it like this. This one is actually here. You guys are probably screaming at me saying, "What are you doing?" Okay. So we want to place the 2 civilians here. We can't do it. So we overflow into here, which turns him into a thug. Whoops. Into a thug. All right. I think I've got that right. Then he wants to place a civilian down. Then he wants to place 2 civilians here. We can't do it. So he comes into here. I don't know if I flipped someone over here already, but no one gets flipped over here, I think. All right. Probably really messed that up. Okay. These villain turns. I'm not doing great at remembering the rules. It's too late at night. Okay. So, heroes. All right, so again, now I'm not in a legacy spot. I am. I'm in a legacy spot if I'm using multiple man. Okay, so I won't use multiple man then. Because I do want to draw, build up my hand. Okay, and let's use strong guy. So what's strong guy going to do? We need to get some heroic stuff happening, because that's the closest one we're at. Okay, so let's do some heroic stuff. We've got some double punch power there too, so okay, if there are any location may sense. So I don't have any guys there, so I can't send anyone out to bash anyone. So maybe strong guy's going to go over here. Okay. Now we'll do a punch. So double punch. Take out these 2. And then we are using, oh sorry, I should be placing the card down, shouldn't I? Then we'll use one of those actions to move and one to do a star. Okay. All right. Okay. And now, should we go strong guy again? But he's in a legacy virus spot. But now both of these characters I've got cards for are. So no matter what I do here, I'm going to be affected by this. Okay, strong guy. He's got a double power there. So I could use... Alright, do I skip drawing a card? I think I'm going to draw a card. I don't want to sort of be low on cards if I take damage. Alright, so I'm going to place this down but not use the movement. And I'm going to use these two to create 2 heroic actions. Get rid of this virus. Now, oh no. I'm gonna end up losing a card anyway. Okay. So that's at least one more threat gone. Should have done it over here in the Arendak Mountains. Alright. Well, you heard me. Multiple man, that's on you. You got to do that. Okay, so we've done these 2. We've cleared that. You must discard a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. Oh, I'm starting to get low here. Well, let's give myself some options. Oh, do I want multiple man to be the star of the show now? Because he's in one of those dodgy locations too. Oh, I've got to get strong guy out of there. Okay. That goes to the bottom of the deck. And then the villain goes. Okay, done everything I need to do there, I think. Okay, 1 threat away. Ooh, uh-oh, this sounds scary. What's he doing? Psionic Mastery. So he's not moving. He's going to do a BAM. So he's going to place 1 thug here. Move them across. Then he is going to do Psionic Mastery until the beginning of the next villain turn. So in the next 2 turns, I've got cancel all special effects on hero cards. Ah, man, and I've got 2 cards full of these hero things. Oh. Are you kidding me? That would have been awesome. So, okay, well, I'm going to use Strong Guy. So I'm going to draw a card. Oh, man, I've got all my specials. Okay, so, okay, so I'm going to use Strong Guy. He is going to move and punch. And he can also, he's got 2 movement. Ugh. Okay, so he can move and punch. But that punch isn't going to be able to take anyone out. So I just have to move him out of this spot. Because that's just, it's not great. Okay. 1. So I can move twice. Oh, sorry, I've got to play the card, don't I? Move twice. Let's get away from Stryfe for the moment. Move twice. Okay, and punch, but the punch is going to be wasted. It's a shame. On a hero turn, each hero turn, the first requires 2 defeated. Yikes. Okay. Alright, I'm going to not use multiple man. Oh, you know what though? Who have I got? Strong Guy coming up too. So I've got to think about this because if I end up here, I'm not really working towards clearing these threats here. But if I'm going to draw a Strong Guy card, because I don't have, that might, and I did do a move, that is going to give me a position to get somewhere where I can take out 1 more threat with heroic actions or whatever. So let's do that. Oh no, okay. Kinetic energy, so I can't even use that. Now, what does this say? Until the beginning of the next villain turn, cancel all special effects on hero cards. To the beginning of the next villain turn. So as soon as his turn starts now, this will kick back into effect. You cannot take damage until the start of your next turn. So this is good, actually. This is good, and it gives me 2 punches. Alright, let's do it. Alright, Strong Guy, I don't know if you're going to be, you've used a lot of your cards. Are you going to be available for taking down? Stryfe? Okay. So we're going to move. We're going to double punch. Okay. We are going to yeah, okay. Yep. That'll do me. Okay. So Stryfe. Oof, not great. Oh, he's moving 4. What does that put him? That put him on strong guy? This could be alright. Maybe terrible. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now he wants to take on strong guy. He bams him, deals 1 damage, which doesn't actually deal damage, just gives me a punch token. Now, then he is going to put thugs down. So let's read this properly. So he's coming in this way, so here he is. Wants to put 2 in here, he can't do it, he puts 1 in. That creates an overflow, turns into a thug. Then wants to put 1 more thug in here. Then he wants to put 2 thugs in here, which he can't do, so then he turns this guy into a thug. Oh, goodness. Oof, okay. I don't know if I've got time to deal with this now. Where is she? She's in a safe location, doesn't have to worry about not drawing a card. Multiple man. If I want to use him, that's not great, so let's do it. Okay, it's going to be might be the Wolfbane show at the moment. She doesn't have a lot of star power. We kind of need star power to deal with these guys. Defeat all. That could be awesome. Yeah, why don't we do that? What did I play? Oh, I played a punch. Maybe I set that up. If during the next villain turn, the villain ends their movement in your location, you may immediately move to an adjacent one and double punch there. Okay. So should we move her? Got to get her over here so we can start. Got to get as many people there as we can to put the stars down. Do we use multiple man for that? We just put stars here. Hold on a second. No, I've already drawn the card because if I'm using multiple man, I wasn't allowed to do that, I don't think. So let's move her. We will do a, okay. Then I can play this one, which lets me, so I've used that for movement, doesn't really do anything else. I can discard a card to look at the, I could have at the end of that turn discarded a card to look at the thing, or discarded an action. But I think technically he owns the action, so I don't think I can do that. All right, now I'm going to use this movement to come over here. Over here, I'm going to wipe these. And I'm going to use this as a heroic. And then during the next villain turn, the villain ends their movement in your location. You may immediately move to an adjacent and punch there. So I guess that could be good too, if that works out. Oh, and I forgot to draw one. I should have drawn another one. Okay, I've got another one of those defeat all. I haven't shown you some of these cards that came up, but sorry guys, I'm getting all caught up in the game. Feral attack, she basically, the card I just played lets her defeat all thugs in your location, so which is really handy for being able to bypass this ability here where you have to spend 2 punches to take anyone out. So that's useful. Not so useful against Stryfe when we come to fight him, so I feel like I probably should be using her to try and sort of clear some of this field to buy me some more time while I can deal with these threats here. This other one that was, I didn't show this to the camera as well. I don't know if you can read that there, but that says Hyper Keen Senses. If during the next villain turn the villain ends their movement in your location, you may immediately move to an adjacent one and do a double punch. Okay, so I've got to remember I've got another movement coming next. Okay, so Stryfe says, well, I don't like what just happened then, so I'm going to do something about it. Move clockwise to the next location with the most heroes. Deal 2 damage to each hero in Stryfe's location. How would you read that? So he's moving clockwise to the next location with the most heroes. Does he just keep going all the way around and come back here because they've got the most? I guess. Again, let me know if you think that's wrong. So he moves there. Now what's the timing on this? If during the next villain turn the villain ends their movement in your location, you may immediately move to an adjacent one. Okay. Wait, ends their move. So not their turn, their move. So she can dive out of the way to an adjacent location. Oh, she can. So she can dive over here, do a double punch, which will only take out one because those guys are tough. Although, wait. Whoa. On each hero turn, the first thug requires 2 to be defeated, but she immediately jumped and did a punch in his turn. So I think she gets to take out a second one. Oh. Before I get too big for my britches, I got to remember that I fully cheated at the beginning of the game, and there should be way less, well, there should be way more thugs on the field at one point at the beginning of the game. So I won't get too cocky there. Okay, so she dives out of the way, doesn't get hurt. He's going to deal 2 damage to each hero in Stryfe's location, but then Strong Guy until the start of your next turn. Oh no, start of your next turn. I thought I'd really planned that well, but oh no, but it is his next turn, isn't it? We talked about that before, because it refers to you. So in this case, that sort of benefits me. So beginning of your next turn, because it specifically refers to the hero, for each damage you would take, gain a punch. Now I've got to start using these punches because now I've got 3. And it says here, if this card is face up in the storyline, you have 4 or more action tokens, discard all of your action tokens and your hand, which is not great. So I've got 3. So I have to use him now to sort of deplete those. It would have been good to have those built up, taking out this thing first. Okay, but so Strong Guy's not there, and it's oh no, I can't get rid of him. Oh no. Alright. Well then, maybe one of these is going to help me discard action tokens or something, so oh boy. Alright, do I use... I'll start my turn. I won't use multiple man because I want to have plenty of cards here if I get... Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, I was thinking I didn't get damaged. Alright, so that's all good. So I've got... She's just got a general movement, so not the greatest at this point in the game, but might help us get to Stryfe when we need to. So I don't really need her to defeat all things in her location in this direction. She could move that way. What do I want to do? I need to do some stars. Okay, so I've got a movement here. So I could move over here and do a star effect. I think that's what I need to do. So Wolfsbane's going to jump into the action again. Do a heroic action. Then she can do that again, can't she? Got to draw. Oh, and I can draw. Yes, all right. So I've got Strong Guy. Oh, and he's got what I need. So, okay, I've got to get Strong Guy to do some punching here. So, ooh, this could work. Hold on a second. Here we go. So, play Strong Guy. He's going to do a star action. Oh, boy, okay. So he's going to clear that, which is going to give me trouble at the end of this turn because it's the Morlock tunnels that are a bit dangerous. Oopsie. They're a bit dangerous. Let's put these, we're putting these back over here. We've cleared that threat. We clear this, we put that there. The villain is now vulnerable to damage with his 9 health. Did he have something about not being able to be hit? Maybe that's one of his cards. Maybe that comes up. So I've got to take him out quickly before that card comes up. I think he's got a card that says, it's sort of similar to this. You know, oh no, it's not the cards, it's the force field. So how many force fields has he got left? He's got 1 as far as I can see. Yes, he's only got 1. Okay. So every time I do damage to him, he ignores 1 damage. Okay. So I've done my star. I'm now going to spend 3 punch. Clear that off there to do 2 damage to him. There we go. 2 damage to old Stryfe there. Where am I going to put these? Just put them over here. Okay. Now, okay. 2 damage to old Stryfe, and then I've got 1 more wild, so I may as well use that just to keep clobbering him, keep pounding on him. Put that over there. So he's got, should have 7 left. No, 6 left. So what did I take out? 3? Took out 3. He had 9, so he's got 6 left. Okay, come on, multiple man, get into the action here, bud. Okay. I need to, okay. It's just too dangerous having so few cards. Okay. We did that. All right, what's Stryfe got to say about that? He's only got so many cards left too. So, oh, and hold on. Each, you must add a thingy and a, oh, well, luckily I cleared that out before. I'm going to add 1 of these and 1 of these to this location. If I end my turn here, that's interesting. Probably don't want to stay there for too much longer. All right, Stryfe says he's going to move 1, so he's going to take care of multiple man. He's going to ban him, and then he's going to put a bunch of civilians down, which is going to cause a bunch of overflows and stuff too. So this could be dangerous. So he's banning, which puts a dude down in the next location clockwise. Is that right? Next location clockwise. So he does the damage first, actually, which is going to deal 1 damage to me. I have to lose a card. Maybe I should use... Maybe I should lose multiple man's cards, so I'm not tempted to use him. Okay. Then I... Is that what you do with it when you take damage? You put it at the bottom of your deck, is that right? Taking damage. Here's villain. Bam. Taking damage. Where's the effect of taking damage? Hero damage. Heroes usually take, for each damage a hero take, they must discard 1 card from their hand, placing it at the bottom of their deck. Yep, so I did the right thing there. Then, so what's he doing? He's moving here, doing a bam. Then he's going to place this one down. He wants to place it here. He can't do that. That causes an overflow. So where's the next? It turns him into a thug. Okay. Then he wants to place in this location first. He wants to place 2 civilians. So this one's filled back up pretty quickly, didn't it? And then he wants to place 1 more civilian here. Can't do so. So that overflows. Turns these guys back around. Wow, that was quick. And then, oh man, these places are getting full. And then he wants to put 1 here, or put 2 here. No, 1 here. He wants to put 1 here. You can't do it. Overflows, comes back around. Oh no! I lose my dupe as well. And now they're all very close to overflowing, so I've got to be able to do 6 damage somehow very quickly, otherwise Stryfe is... Oh, and here's the trouble, I need to do 6 damage, but it's like, do I spread some of that amongst the thugs to try and get rid of them? Alright, I've got to draw a card. I've got this feral attack, which could be useful. Oh, I've got a star, I've got nothing to... Okay. Man. See, now I'm starved of attack power. I can't even do a dent in him. So I guess if I can't do a dent in him, I'm going to have to sort of do damage control. Boy, okay. Because even when old strong guy goes to attack him, I don't have enough power here. Alright, well let's move her over here. Because I don't want to end here and have this location go off. Now, now they're in the legacy virus spot. Ah, no. Okay. Gosh, it's all happening. Well, hold on. First of all, I want to trigger this. So, defeat all thugs. Buy me a bit of time. Then move. Then do the... oh boy. Yeah, move. Oh, I've got a star too, don't I? I guess I could do a bit of heroic stuff here. Okay. Then, start of a new turn. Oh, here we go. Do I start with her? I think I will. Okay, Wolfsbane. I'm going to choose to start with her. I'm not going to, I am going to draw a card. Or did I just draw that card? No, I just drew that card. So starting with her, drawing the card, so I'm not using one of the actions. Not going to use the movement. And I will do 2 punches, which will get 1 damage through. Well, that's not great, but it's something, I guess. And then, Stryfe. There's 2 heroes there. He could knock me out here. Gosh, I'm running out of cards here. Maybe I should be not so worried about getting knocked out. I did say I was going to sort of play to having 1 knockout, and then I could sort of redraw my cards. Maybe I should have been using that as a bit of a resource. So, what's he do? Psionic Mastery. So he's going to bam. So he's going to stay where he is, he's going to bam. So the first thing he does is do 2 damage to me. I lose these 2 cards, they go underneath. I get knocked out. Then he places one of these down here. He can't do it. There are no more things to flip over, so we don't worry about that. Next location clockwise with an empty slot. Oh, I've been playing this wrong too. So maybe some of those overflows wouldn't have happened because you place it to the next empty slot. So I don't know if this makes it worse, if this means I would have been lost this a while ago, or if it means I would have been in a better position. Not sure, but he does that. He does the bam. I got knocked out. He does another bam. Oh, this guy's supposed to go down too. Does another bam. So this goes around to this location. Then he wants to doesn't put anything down. Then he does cancel all special effects. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I draw 6. I think it says if I get knocked out, if I'm using baby mode, you, at the start of your next turn, place the hero pieces back upright, draw, in the draw card step, draw up to 6 cards from your deck. But since I've got 2 characters starting here, and if I want to use one of them, I guess I have to draw 1 less. So I guess I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5. So I can't use any of these special effects, but I can use the symbols. Oh boy. Well, I guess I want Wolfsbane to attack. Okay. Since she's there, 2 attacks is going to be, oh, hold on. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can do 3 of those to Stryfe. Oopsie, put them over here. Oh, have we got him? Maybe, I think we're maybe 1 away. Then I can do 1, 2. Or do I draw a card or do I not here? Okay, let's think about this. I'm going to be able to use these 2. So that's going to be at least 1 punch. He's got 2 left. So I need to do 1 more punch. I think she's got it. I think she's got it. Do we let multiple men? I mean, he's done nothing this whole time. I feel like he's just sat there. It would be rude not to give the victory to Wolfsbane. Okay. I'm just going to say he was distracting Stryfe the whole time. That's what he's doing. Okay, so Wolfsbane. Alright, is this right? Okay. Because I can't use any of these things. I mean, I could still use these, but I'm choosing to use Wolfsbane. So I'm choosing not to draw a card. So I can use all the symbols. 1, negated by the force field. 2 more punches. Bingo. She jumps on him, knocks him over, and she is the winner. And multiple men goes, what, was there something happening? All right. So there you go. Like I said, at the very beginning of the game, I stuffed up for probably the first at least 3 cycles, if not 4 cycles of hero turns. Like, I think it was at least the first 3 cycles not doing 2, taking 2 hits to take out a thug as the first action or the first thug attack each turn. So that really did sort of swing things and sort of skew the game. So really, I would have, if I wanted a legitimate game, I would have had to go back and sort of start again. But since I was halfway into the video, I didn't really want to do that. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what the game is like. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, hope that didn't sour the stuff up with the rules. They didn't sour it too much for you. But we saw some combos there. Got some lucky. I think I got lucky. I think this Sonic Mastery came out at 2 really sort of lucky times where I was able to sort of avoid a lot of what it was doing. It was this one as well, the Telekinesis Mastery. They could have been really nasty, and once I stuffed those up and didn't get impacted the way I should have, I wasn't really affected too badly by those. So that was pretty good. He certainly is. He's certainly able to sort of ratchet up these thugs in these locations pretty quickly. So I think it could have gone very badly very quickly there if I'd been a little bit more unlucky. So hopefully I used some semi-decent strategy or did some things there that sort of helped make victory a little bit more easy, apart from cheating, of course. So, but yeah, good work, team. You can all have a rest back at the lighthouse, and commiseration, Stryfe. You can have another go, and we'll do a redo where we play with the rules properly. So, but yeah, well, that was X-Men Marvel United, Marvel United X-Men. With the X Factor versus Stryfe. So that all the content I used there was a combination of stuff from the X-Force expansion. So Stryfe himself and these hazardous locations came from the X-Force expansion. Strong Guy, Wolfsbane, and Multiple Man are all in the big Kickstarter promo stretch goal box. And I might have used 1 or 1 or 2 locations. What are the other locations I use? Excalibur's Lighthouse, Cape Citadel. I don't know where they come from in terms of... oh, actually, I can tell you right now what I'm talking about. They're on the back. First class, so there you go. So I don't actually have the first class expansion, but I do have the cardboard locations. And so in the cardboard locations, you do get everything. So you get the Phoenix 5 dashboards and the locations. You get the blue. So and this is blue team as well. There you go. I do have blue team. So whereas the rest of these, I think all of these come in. All of these are X-Force locations. Even the Arandac Mountains, which is not a hazardous location, it's still in that set. And I think there are some other sets that have hazardous location. I'm just not sure what sets those are in. They might be in first class, I think, because I didn't see a lot of them in the locations when I was looking through them myself. So I might not have any locations other than these 3. But they certainly add a little bit of a thing to think about, don't they? Because yeah, they're not great. I think there's one of them that makes you discard an action token, and that could have been quite handy to get rid of some of those tokens from Strong Guy, but it ended up he managed to sort of hold on to them just long enough so he was able to use a large bunch of them before he got sort of too big for his boots there. So, well, that's it for me. You can let me know how terrible this gameplay was and what a disgrace it was getting those rules wrong from the beginning if you like. But please don't take it too much to heart with these. You know, everyone's just having fun gaming and that sort of stuff, and hopefully this was enjoyable for you anyway. So have a good one, and I hope your games arrive to you soon so you can have a tackle of this scenario yourself, and hopefully make a better go of it than me with getting all the rules right and that sort of stuff. So catch you next time. Thanks, guys. Maple Monkey out.